Colorful floats, marching bands, costume characters, and Santa Claus himself ushered in the Christmas season during the annual Orion Lighted Christmas Parade. The Holly Jolly Folly returned to Gallin Buick GMC. The enormous Christmas party and the fundraiser helped make the annual parade possible. The Orion Area Chamber of Commerce recognized ambassadors, board members, and community leaders during their annual Impact Awards luncheon, and a new development has changed the landscape of downtown Lake Orion. The Chamber and DDA celebrated the official grand opening of 120 South Broadway with the ribbon-cutting ceremony. Hello everyone, I'm Stacy Calloway. I'll have these stories and more on this edition of ONTV News. The Orion Lighted Christmas Parade was first held in 1995 and has since become an annual tradition enjoyed by families near and far. But the parade wouldn't be possible without donations from generous community and a popular annual fundraiser. On the evening of Friday, December 6th, the Lake Orion community came together for an enormous Christmas party known as the Holly Jolly Folly. The annual event is hosted by Gallin Buick GMC and raises funds for the Lighted Christmas Parade.
But it's just a festive to kick off the season, get everybody Christmassy spirit, get together, have a good time, and just relax.
The event sold out with 430 tickets sold. Attendees enjoyed a buffet dinner, music, and dancing, and were encouraged to take part in a silent auction featuring dozens of items donated by area businesses.
The auction, a lot of the items we get are donated, so those are clear profits, and we do make money on the other ones. So all that money goes towards the event too. One of the things that I do want to say about this event is that Gallin Buick GMC, John Cooper and staff, not only help set this up, promote it, they also pay for everything. All the money's brought in tonight, tickets, silent auction, the bar tabs, everything else is paid by Gallin Buick GMC, and we couldn't do a parade, which is the largest parade in Michigan, lighted. We couldn't do it without Gallin. The glory is gone, His righteousness, praise of His love, His grace of His love, and the Lord is wonders of His love. 24 hours later, residents lined the streets of downtown Lake Orion for the start of the annual Orion Lighted Christmas Parade, organized by the Orion Area Parade Group. MCs John Cooper and Rockin' Ronnie provided commentary from the stage located at the intersection of Front Street and Broadway. Leading the way was Police Chief Jerry Narsh in the department's 1941 Ford police car. His passenger was 2019's honored veteran Ernest Baker Jr. It was the last official duty for Chief Narsh, who announced his retirement in November. Named Citizen of the Year was Dan Dewey, an avid runner. Dewey gained notoriety in 2006 when he began delivering coffee to patients undergoing chemo treatment, including his father. In 13 years, he estimates he's delivered thousands of cups of coffee and other special requests, and has even had a GoFundMe page set up to cover the costs.
My father was a patient next door to St. Joe's on Woodward. The Gustafson Center has a Michigan Cancer Institute separate from the hospital, same nurses, and he went in for chemo, and the first day he sits in the big blue chair, and I'm with him, and this is going to take hours. Well, a mile down the road is a Starbucks, and there's nothing else anywhere. So I said, I'm going for coffee. Do you want some? He goes, no, I'm fine. Well, he's tougher than me. I'm not that tough. I need a coffee. But I stood up, and I looked, and here's like 8 other people in the chairs getting chemo. And I said, I'm going for coffee. I got his wallet. Who wants one? Not much of a reaction, but we set the tone. Maybe had 2 or 3. By the time he was done, 8 weeks, we had the place covered, including the nurses. And I took him home, and I said, you know, he's all done with his chemo. They cured him. Okay, I said, do you want me to keep going? What do you think? And I'll never forget it. He looked at me and says, yeah, go ahead.
Approximately 130 parade entries gathered at Blanche Sims Elementary School, including 60 floats, 4 marching bands, community groups, dignitaries, and dozens of costume characters. The parade traveled west on Flint Street before turning south on Anderson Street. It made a right turn on Front Street, then headed north on Broadway Street
to its final destination at the Eamon Center.
I think the parade, especially being it's the biggest one in Michigan, lighted parade in Michigan, I think it really brings the community together. I mean, there's a lot of other events that do that as well, but this brings from Cub Scouts to businesses to individual people. We have people walking tomorrow that are just two people with a banner, okay, because they want to get out and have fun with the people, have fun with the kids, and it does that. We also take some of the money here. We give back to the police departments for their Cops with Kids programs. We also do some other things with the money as far as donating back and forth and trying to help out the community.
And as usual, Santa Claus himself was at the rear of the parade to usher in the Christmas season.
I got to tell you, this is a wonderful evening for a parade in Lake Orion. It has so much spirit, the lights, the kids, everything's marvelous. I'm so proud to be here in Lake Orion tonight.
Thank
Merry
you, Santa.
Christmas to everyone.
We're proud to have you.
Santa. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you and Mrs. Claus and all your elves. Thank you for all you do for all the kids.
Thank you.
If you missed the parade, don't worry. ONTV was there to record it in its entirety. The parade will be replayed on Comcast Channel 10 and AT&T Channel 99 throughout the holiday season, and you can also find it on YouTube. Each month, the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce hosts a luncheon that allows its members to network. At its most recent luncheon, the Chamber looked back at a productive 2019 and honored many deserving individuals. On Thursday, December 5th, the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce hosted its annual Impact Awards at Paint Creek Country Club. Attendees enjoyed a buffet lunch as the Chamber recognized ambassadors, board members, and staff.
It's been a really good year. We did a couple things new this year, and the board was really excited about it and very much in support. The Women in Business Conference, we've got a bunch of new people coming onto the board this year. So it was a nice stable year. And we're going to be losing some people that, have been around for a while. We're going to be missing, Brian Burney and Chris Barnett and Kelly McDonald. They're leaving us. So that's kind of a bummer at the end of the year, but they've done an incredible job in their 6 years with getting this chamber to where it is, starting with Elena and then, on through me coming on, and it's just been a really strong year for us.
For years, the Chamber has named a Business Person of the Year at the luncheon. In 2014, they expanded the awards to honor Chamber members in 5 different categories: Youth Impact, Community Beautification, Economic Impact, Entrepreneur of the Year, and Business Person of the Year.
They're nominated by the public and fellow chamber members, and then they're voted on by a committee of our former winners from years past.
Receiving the Youth Impact Award was Dawn Ames of Lake Orion United Methodist Church. Dawn runs Blessings in a Brown Bag, which acts like a Meals and World program for qualifying children during the summer months.
I'm extremely honored to be receiving this award this year. I am grateful for the recognition I have received for this work. However, I must acknowledge that my work with Blessings in a Brown Bag, free summer lunch program, and Orion Area Youth Assistance does not happen in a vacuum. I would like to thank the Lake Orion United Methodist Church, who supported this idea of the lunch program from the beginning and continues to support this ministry in many ways. In addition to their support, I would also like to acknowledge the financial support from several local churches, Orion businesses, and private citizens that made the funding of this program possible. Furthermore, a huge thank you to all the volunteers that have helped pack, prepare, and deliver over 4,700 lunches during the summer of 2019.
Receiving the Community Beautification Award was Waste Management, which operates the Eagle Valley landfill in Orion Township. Accepting the award was Community Relations Representative Kathy Klein.
At Waste Management Eagle Valley Recycling and Disposal Facility, we are always striving to be ahead of the game in everything that we do. So we really appreciate the recognition that Orion Chamber of Commerce has given us by awarding us the Beautification and Preservation Award. So if you didn't know this about Eagle Valley Recycling and Disposal Facility, we are a wildlife habitat certified site. We're also a National Wildlife Federation certified habitat. So even though we're busy handling trash on a daily basis, it's really important for everybody to know that we also provide important habitat for avian, raptors, pollinators, bees, butterflies, all kinds of wildlife. And we really appreciate the recognition. Our staff and crew and site manager Scott Rowe at Eagle Valley really appreciates this designation. Thank you very much.
Receiving the Economic Impact Award was Rainforest Cafe, located in Great Lakes Crossing Outlets. Accepting the award was sales manager Christina Schaefer.
When I heard we won the award, I was shocked because I didn't even know we had been nominated. We joined the Chamber in hopes of getting more involved in a local community that affects so many of our managers, staff, and guests, but the connections, partnerships, and memories that have been created in the process far exceeded my expectations. I myself was born, raised in Lake Orion, and love that I have been able to help provide growth and give back to the community that I love so much. We couldn't have done any of the things that we've done this year without all of you, our wonderful crew, the never-ending support of our general manager, Scott Gabriel, and of course, Cha-Cha, or Cha-Cha, as he has come to be known around here. Orion is a very special community that Rainforest Cafe is extraordinarily proud to be a part of. Thank you all very much.
Named Entrepreneur of the Year was Elena Campbell and her daughter Carissa of Cookies and Cream by Sprout Bake, who operate out of 20 Front Street in downtown Lake Orion.
We want to thank everyone at 20 Front Street. Alan, Angela, Jay, Scott, Lisa, and the whole crew have been incredible, opening their arms and space to us, promoting and selling our products. We're so blessed to have met you and formed this amazing business relationship. Speaking of 20 Front Street, we wouldn't have met them if it hadn't been for Christian Mills. He's the one who taught me so much about being an entrepreneur, how to envision those big goals and fearlessly go after them. And I truly thank him for always pushing me to go beyond.
Again, thank you to everyone in our amazing community who have supported us on this journey. And of course, all of our wonderful family who have helped with so many things along the way. And of course, taste testing muffins and being forced to eat lots of leftover ice cream. We truly could not have done it without you.
And named 2019's Business Person of the Year was Anthony Reard of M&B Graphics.
I wanted to say thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for giving me this award. Thank you to chamber members. Thank you to people that voted for me or selected me. And thank you to the community for being part of my business. I've lived out here since 2000, and when I came out here, this was a new experience for me. I'd lived in Shelby a big chunk of my life, and my friends and family were there, and my family came out to Lake Orion with me eventually, and it's been a very new experience for me. It's a great community. It's more community than any place I've ever lived before. People really seem to be know everybody and be friends with everybody, and I really enjoy having a business here. And I think that the business support that you get here is really, really great. And it's nice to have the opportunity to meet new faces, have the opportunity to grow my business here and live here and work here.
I don't think that I have met one person since I started this job that doesn't know who Anthony Reard is, or the entire Reard family actually. M&B Graphics do a lot of wonderful things for the community. I mean, obviously, you can look around and see signs and, printed materials and shirts and stuff. They just support so many things in the community that it's just time for them Anthony to receive a little bit of recognition.
The Impact Awards were also significant due to the fact that it was the last major chamber event attended by Executive Director Kim Urbanowski. Kim recently announced she would be stepping down from the position. Her official last day on the job is January 9th.
This will be my last major event as Executive Director. I will be around until the beginning of the year to help with whoever's coming behind me. I did, let the board know early enough so that I could be around and not too much upheaval, but I really want to make sure that whoever's coming in behind me has a good knowledge of what's going on, is introduced to the right people, and start 2020 off really strong. It's been one of the most special things I've ever done. I've met a lot of incredible people that I never would have met if I didn't have this job. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Later that same day, representatives of the chamber joined village officials in downtown Lake Orion to welcome a brand new development that literally changes the Lake Orion skyline. On Thursday, December 5th, the Chamber of Commerce, Lake Orion Downtown Development Authority, village, township, and county officials gathered at 120 South Broadway to celebrate the official grand opening of a mixed-use development that offers 24 apartments as well as 6,000 square feet of retail space.
go, Mom.
Listen, this was a long journey. I mean, it was a journey that I don't think everybody believed in. And the people that have rallied behind us, whether it was folks from the DDA, from the Arts Center, to the, the Chamber, to the Planning Commission, they all rallied behind us and really got us, to where we're at today. Without their help, this project never, ever would have happened. And I will tell you, this is probably the easiest, most friendly community I've ever had to work with.
Congratulations, Jeff Schmitz. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Hey,
appreciate
thanks, Chris,
you.
Man, what a great thing it is. Thank you so much.
The building offers 24 one- and two-bedroom apartments, some with a spectacular view of Lake Orion. The ground floor is occupied by several businesses, including Simply Marcella, which relocated to the new building from the original location it's occupied since 2012. Residents also have a new dining option. Bitter Tom's will open its doors to the public in mid-December.
Local. I mean, we're trying to get everybody to come in here. This is a very walkable town, so very friendly. We're trying to just meet everybody. We built a 100-seat restaurant so we could actually talk to everybody, and that's pretty much why we built the size of the restaurant it is.
I let them go to work and build it.
Did you taste test anything?
Yeah, everything's really good. Love it. Recommend it to everyone.
120 South Broadway is expected to have a huge impact on downtown Lake Orion, and not just because it's now the tallest building in the village.
It has a huge impact. We are now able to house 24 more families or individuals in downtown. Previously we had some historic buildings that had upstairs units, maybe one or two per building, and now we've got kind of a center here where people can come and live and be part of the downtown, and that's really important. It's important to have dining, parks and places to gather and recreate, and it's important to have shops, and it's also important to have housing. That's part of that's what makes a whole community, and it's what makes a downtown work. It works well when there needs to be those elements involved.
If you're interested in renting one of the available apartments at 120 South Broadway, feel free to contact Jeff Schmitz by calling 248-909-7697. Through the holiday season, many families have their own traditions they celebrate year after year. Recently, Orion Township and ONTV teamed up to provide local families with some special Christmas memories that hopefully have become annual traditions. On Saturday, December 7th, almost 200 children and family members arrived at the Orion Center on Joslin Road for Orion Township's 4th annual Breakfast with the Grinch event. Those in attendance enjoyed photo ops with the Grinch himself and were served a breakfast of green eggs and ham. Kids were able to make ornaments, watch videos, and more. And many of them really got into the theme.
So the past year recently, I've noticed a lot more of the kids dressing up as a Grinch or really getting into the whole Grinch theme. So it's a lot of fun to see them dressed up and have the masks on and sweaters and everything. So they're really starting to take a liking to the Grinch.
The event has gotten so popular, the township had to create 2 sessions, one at 10 a.m. and the second at noon. Approximately 60 children plus family members attended each session. The township used to host an annual Breakfast with Santa event, but decided to go with a Grinch-themed event in 2016, and the response has been tremendous.
So we decided to switch it up from Santa to a Grinch event just because everybody does Santa. You can go to the mall, you can go to Canterbury, you can go anywhere and see Santa, but not everybody has a Grinch. So we wanted to try something different and be a little unique.
For those hoping to meet with Santa Claus, they didn't have to travel too far. ONTV hosted Santa Live in the TV studio located in the Orion Center. Children were able to meet with Santa and tell him their Christmas wishes. The longtime ONTV tradition was on hiatus for a number of years before being revived in 2016. The event was broadcast live on local cable TV and Facebook from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
All right, everybody say Merry Christmas!
I want a castle.
You want a castle? Okay.
A frozen castle?
I was going to ask Frozen, Disney.
Yeah.
So you've been super good?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I want to see the other Frozen Santas.
Oh.
The Frozen 2 movie.
I like your Christmas tree. It's pretty. Mm-hmm. It's pretty. And what would you like for Christmas?
A new Nintendo Switch controllers.
Very good. Have you been super good? Uh-oh, hesitation.
Most of the time. Most of the time.
Okay, we can work on that, right? Because we don't want to get on the naughty list, do we? No, we want to stay good.
For those of you who took part in Santa Live, the program will be rebroadcast in its entirety on Channel 10 on Comcast and Channel 99 on AT&T. You can also find the video on YouTube and on ONTV's Facebook page. Just search for ONTV Santa Live. For more information, give us a call at 248-693-3377 or visit orionontv.org. And with that, we'll wrap up this edition of ONTV News. On behalf of the hardworking ONTV News team, I'm Stacy Calloway. Thanks for watching.